All right. Hello, hello. There we go. Turn me up a little bit. There we go. Oh, it's a little loud. There we go. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of the Financial Freedom Hour. I'm your host, Lewis Bland, here at The Answer every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Touching all your credit, business, and finance questions. And actually today, I had a little backlash because I felt, well, some of the viewers, some of the live viewers felt that I wasn't answering their questions on time. So this is for you guys, all right? All my people on the air. So these are the top 20 questions that we've got from like the last 2 weeks. We've been getting a lot of DMs. And thank you guys for all the 5-star reviews on the Financial Freedom Hour podcast. I really, really appreciate it. So keep that up. Any type of positive criticism or anything we can do better here or I can do better, just always shoot out. Can't hear you. Always reach out. He said he can't hear me. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Oh, wait. Where we at? Oh, man. Oh, it's all good. Listen. Okay. I'm going to just unplug it for Instagram. And thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Always something going on here in the studio. So you're going to have to rock with us. My people on TikTok, we are live everywhere. So my people on the radio, welcome. You can always call in. We are live everywhere, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So wherever you're watching at, go ahead and you can go ahead and shoot me a message, shoot me a DM anytime. Or, if you guys watch me every day on live, I go live twice a day on TikTok also. So you guys can check me out there. But let's jump into it. All right, a couple quick shout outs. Always, Moms Off the Couch, uplifting moms through community. You guys can check them out on Facebook, momsoffthecouch.com. Our other partner, Restore Funding. There we go. Appreciate you, Brendan. Thank you. All right, our other partner, Restore Funding. All right, they're my business credit partner. So once you get your personal credit right and you got your business, you got your LLC structured and all that correctly, you can go over to Restore Funding. My man Xavier, the owner over there, will take care of you. We got Simply Match with an I. All right, simplymatch.com. Hear you now. All right, let's go. Simply Match with an I. Okay. This company, Simply Match, they will match you with a cosigner. So if you can't get approved for a house, car, mortgage, apartment, whatever it is, they're there to help you out. All right. And lastly, our official sponsor, Millennial Staffing Services. If you're looking for any type of virtual assistance, social media management, anything, all industries. All right. They find college educated virtual assistants for you. So they don't break the bank. And I have a lot of virtual assistants that work for me across all my companies. I always use Millennial Staffing Services, A+ talent. So shout out to Millennial Staffing Services. All right, this week's topic, again, top 20 questions about credit, business, and finance over the last 2-3 weeks that we had. And again, thank you guys for all the DMs and stuff. Make sure you follow me on @King Credit Services on all platforms. If you need a free consultation, you want to get that credit right, you know where to go, kingcreditservices.com or join kingcredit.com. Okay, or you can hit me up, hit the team up on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, fan base, wherever you're at. We got a profile over there. All right, so let's jump into it, man. All right, segment 1. My people over on TikTok, I'm gonna get to you guys in a second. Okay, I see y'all. He said, "What's up? Noah, what's going on, man? How can I remove a bankruptcy?" All right, I'll get to that in a second. Drea, okay, yep, I'll get to that in a second, you guys. All right, let's get it. All right, so I always get this question. All right, what's the fastest way to fix your credit? All right, so I answer this literally every single day. on live. You guys can also join my school community, school with a K, okay, school.com/King Credit, where I teach you how to do all this stuff. But what's the fastest way to fix your credit? It's a combination of things, all right? You have to get your credit report, all right? You have to find actual inaccuracies on that credit report, all right? We're not just saying stuff isn't mine or claiming identity theft and all that. That's not the way to do it, all right? We're going to update those addresses, okay? We're going to remove inquiries not attached to open accounts. We have to add positive accounts too. Pay your open credit cards down to single digits, right? Under 10%. So when it comes to disputing though, all right, you always want to find something wrong with your actual account before you dispute, because just saying the account isn't mine or it's fraud or whatever, that stuff never really works. It doesn't work, all right? And then if you want to take it up a notch, okay, when you dispute, right, when the credit reporting agencies don't do what they're supposed to do, all right, they're sending stall tactics, they're taking forever to respond, just not doing what they're supposed to do. All those are violations, all right? And we also help with that. That comes with your service. And you can literally sue them. It's a lot easier now. Okay, it's a lot easier with all the information out there. Shout out to Vance Dotson. Suing these collection agencies, suing the credit reporting agencies. So dispute and sue. All right, you can still do the traditional route, just disputing and all that stuff. CFPB, you can do that route too. But if you really want to get down to it, find an inaccuracy, dispute, and when the credit reporting agencies don't do what they're supposed to do, we catch those violations and we sue. All right. If you guys need help with that, again, school with a K, school.com/King Credit. Teach you guys how to do this. It's a brand new group. Okay. What is it now? 17 bucks a month for the first 100 members. So people are starting to join now. I just opened it up like last week. We got about 10, 15 people in there. So just open it up. So get in now. All right. And our next Zoom in that school community is going to be on Friday. All right. Next question. How long does it really take to see results? All right, well, my clients, they usually start to see results in that first 35 days, okay? But the credit reporting agencies actually have 30 to 45 days to, do a proper investigation, okay? Do a proper investigation. So if you're serious about this, we're not doing credit sweeps and all that fraudulent stuff. So all that stuff that you see on the internet is just fraud. All right. So you have to be careful with that stuff. All right. So like I said, our clients usually start to see changes in that first 30, 35 days, right? Some deletions, a score increase, something. But clients usually stay with us around 3 to 6 months, just depending on how severe your issues are. All right. Let's go. My man Cooey, shout out to Cooey over here on Instagram. Appreciate you, family, fixing my credit. Just want to buy a house now. Tell the fam. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for trusting us. All right. Appreciate you for trusting us, fixing your credit, man. Really appreciate that. All right, let's go. Actually, let's go over here to TikTok. I see y'all. I know. You see him? All right, go ahead. Go ahead and spit something to me. Okay, so you can get rid of a bankruptcy, but you don't even want to attempt to attack that bankruptcy until it's dismissed or discharged. All right, dismissed or discharged, because if you're still in an active bankruptcy, when you go to dispute it, or when you try to get it off your report, it's just going to update again. All right, so you don't want to do that. So make sure it's dismissed or discharged. But for bankruptcies, if you want to be thorough, there's other ways to do it, but I'm going to just give you the easiest one right now. You actually have to get your credit report, of course, all right? And a lot of times you have to get it removed from LexisNexis, okay? So you have to pull that LexisNexis report, and we're going to dispute with them too, all right? So let's take it from the top. My bad, I skipped a step. My bad. I'm reading questions over here, and I'm trying to do too much. Let me calm down. Let me relax. Oh, my man. Let me calm down a little bit. All right, let's take it from the top. All right, so from bankruptcies, okay, let's go straight into actually how to get it off. So you have to contact the court, right, or the county clerk, okay, wherever that bankruptcy is. Okay, you're going to reach out to them. You're literally going to send just pretty much a simple letter saying, hey, I got my credit report and this bankruptcy's on here. Experian said that they got this information from you, right? They're going to send you a court response. The court response is going to say, we don't report to them. Okay, we don't report to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. We don't report to LexisNexis. So that's not us. All right. That court response is key. Okay, for this method of getting a bankruptcy removed. You get that court response. All right. Then we are going to dispute it with LexisNexis. Okay. Now, hopefully, when we dispute with LexisNexis, it gets removed, and then we can go, with the big three: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. But sometimes when we dispute with LexisNexis, we actually have to. He said, "Dropping gems." Yes, sir. We actually have to pull your Pacer report. People don't talk about Pacer enough, but Pacer is pretty much where all your public records are stored. Like it's like your electronic public records, right? You can go there and get your report and see what's all, all the information that's on you, public record wise. So you can get that report. Now, Pacer is going to be 100% accurate. Okay, so you get your Pacer, you get your LexisNexis, right? And you find inaccuracies on your LexisNexis just like we do with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. All right, because remember, LexisNexis is a credit reporting agency also. Okay. So, court response, dispute with LexisNexis, then we dispute with the big three. All right, so if you guys want to learn this stuff, again, join the school community, school with a K. All right, school.com/King Credit. Let's get it. What's the next one? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so just okay. People get this confused for some reason. I talk about it every single day. Your score really doesn't matter that much. But if you just want to improve your score, pay your balances down. Let's pay your balances down. The next month, you'll see that score jump if you're looking for the score. But if you still have charge-offs and collections and all that stuff on your profile, you're not getting approved anyway. All right, so that really confuses people. People have like a 700 or 720, and they're getting denied for everything. It's because your profile is trash. All right, we have to improve that, okay? If you guys want easy accounts, just go to my Instagram, TikTok page, and I got easy accounts on there for you. All right, what's the next one? Frank, what's up, Frank? That's what I was going to say. Oh yeah. So if you need a cosigner, that means your credit profile isn't up to par yet. All right. So simplymatch.com, they can help with cosigners. Simply Match with an I. All right. Simply Match with an I. All right. And make sure you tell them I sent you. All right. Get you a little discount over there. Yeah. Let's go. Okay. It's in forbearance. Okay. So I'm guessing you're talking about your student loans. So actually, when it comes to your student loans and it's default and forbearance or discharge or whatever, we can actually help with that. You'll treat that just like a regular charge off, right? Find an inaccuracy and dispute, and then when the credit reporting agencies don't do what they're supposed to do, we catch those violations and we sue. We do all that stuff for you. So again, if you need this stuff done for you, you don't want to do all this work, all this stuff that I'm going over, all this stuff that I'm talking about. Just sign up. Let's get it. Hey, he said he's 6'8", 135. All right, well, first off, I mean, you might be a little malnutrition on there, right? Let's get some protein shakes. All right, let's get some protein shakes, maybe some filet mignons in there. Let's get some of that. Get some meat on your bones. Number one, 6'8", 135. All right, but he said a 430. So that's kind of where I was when I first got into credit. I was in the fours. So you gotta. I'm not gonna say you got a long journey. I haven't seen your profile yet, but usually when you're in the fours, fives, you got a whole bunch of negative stuff on there, and you don't have enough positive stuff reporting on your profile either. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of work to do, man. Holy B, that his name, Holy B. We can our consultations are free, man. So schedule that call. Let us look at your profile, your credit report. Let us tell you how we can help answer your questions, and then you make the best decision for you. But at 4:30, man, we have to see your profile because there's probably a lot of stuff going on, a combination of things. You probably made a couple mistakes when you were younger, your teen, you're 18, 19, low 20s, like we all did, right? Missed a couple payments, got a couple charge-offs, collections, and all that. So we have to undo all that, right? We have to remove all that negative stuff from your profile, add positive accounts while we do it. I think you'll be good to go, man. Let's go. Okay. Okay. All right. So a double one. All right. We'll do collections first. We kind of went over collections already, but we'll run it back. So the traditional way. Okay. The wrong way to do it is claiming identity theft. All right. Stop going on Credit Karma and doing that. That don't work. All right. The traditional way to do it is to send a validation letter, right? Or that 609 letter they be talking about. All a validation letter is, you're reaching out to the collection agency or debt collector and saying, hey, I need some more information on this, right? I had an account with Capital One. I didn't count with you, Midland. So Midland, they're one of the largest collection agencies. So people know who that is. Midland Portfolio. So debt collector, I don't have an account with you, right? So you have to validate. You have to send me something that proves that you properly got this account, that you can collect from me, that you can collect in my state. If you have to be licensed, whatever state that you're in, okay? Now, a lot of the times, okay, I probably learned this probably about 2 years ago. When you send a validation letter, they don't have to send too much information, right? So this messes a lot of people up, all right? So you guys have to go over the FDCPA, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, all right? This covers collections and all that, what they can do, what's a validation, all that good stuff. So a collection agency or debt collector, all they have to do is send you a bank statement or something with your name on it that proves that, with your name on it and that old account, right? So that messes a lot of people up, right? So that's the traditional route, sending the validation and then trying to go that route. The best route is, okay, you can send a simple I refuse to pay letter, or if they're texting you or emailing you, just pretty much tell I refuse to pay. We go over this stuff in the school community again, all right? But a simple refuse to pay. When you send that, okay, the collection agency or debt collector, they have to do a couple things now, all right? They have to stop contacting you unless it's to tell you that they're going to stop contacting you or there's some legal action coming to you, all right? So this is what usually happens. You send that refuse to pay, okay? They stop contacting you for about a week, and the next thing you know, you start getting phone calls again, okay? Once they do that, we got them. Those are violations. That's what we can use to really attack and really get those collections removed from your credit report and hopefully get you compensated on the way too, okay? So, because each violation is up to $1,000, right? So that's the proper way to get collections. And then charge-offs, somewhat similar, but you have to get your credit report, find the inaccuracy, meaning like if it's a charge-off, right, and it has a balance, it's not supposed to have a balance, right? So we can say, hey, Experian, this account, Capital One's reporting a balance on this charge-off. It's not supposed to do that. Remove this account immediately. I'm just making this stuff off the top, all right? And then depending on how Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion responds, okay, depends on how they respond, that's the violation, right? So if they send a stall tactic talking about, oh, we need more information, right? But you just sent your ID, proof of address, and all that. So why you need more information, right? Those are just stall tactic. A stall tactic is pretty much like an automated response that they send, right? So they're supposed to actually investigate, right? But they don't do that. So each time they don't do that, those are all violations that we can use, all right? And yeah, we do all that stuff for you. So hope that answers. I know I was a long-winded answer, but I like to be super thorough. Again, join the school community, school.com/King Credit, school with a K. All right, let's get back to it. Hold on. All right, TikTok, we're gonna stop with those questions. Let's get back to the to the main focus for a little bit. We'll come back to those questions though. All right. What did they say? What's the difference between a hard inquiry and a soft inquiry? Right. Hard inquiry is when usually when you put in your full social, right, and they actually inquire about you, they pull your credit, right? So now you're going to have a hard inquiry on your credit report. A soft credit usually happens when you don't put your social in or you put the last four, right? Well, they can check your credit without actually giving you a hard inquiry. So hard inquiries hurt you a little bit, not too much, 3 to 5 points maybe. And soft inquiries don't really impact you. But if you see a bunch of soft pulls on your credit report, right? When you get your, when you're on Experian, My FICO, or my clients and my viewers, we use My Score IQ. If you guys want that, go to my link tree and click get your FICO score for $1. Or text FICO to 844-689-0199, and I'll send you that that link. But even if you got soft inquiries on your report and you didn't give them permission to do that, those are violations too, right? So we can use those to, sue and get some compensation too. All right. How can I remove collections? Already said that. What happens if I stop paying a collection? Okay. So that's a little different. All right. So there's still a lot of things you can do, but I don't even want you to agree to pay a collection unless there are some exceptions. Let's say you got pre-approved for a house and the mortgage lender said, hey, you need this collection removed immediately, and you want to do a pay for delete with the collection, especially if it's like $200 collection, right? You're going to offer a pay to delete, right? Offer them 10% of the alleged debt. So if it's $300, offer them $30. If they negotiated up to $50 or $60, that's still a win. You give them $60, they remove the account in 15 days, and then you're good for your house, right? But other than that, there's really no real reason you should be paying collections unless you've gotten sued and all that stuff. But if you let it get that far, it's already kind of too late. Okay, so what happens? Yeah. So if you stop paying the collection and you already agreed to it, they're probably going to end up suing you. Probably going to end up suing you. But even if you start paying, right, you can still go that I refuse to pay route, and then do all the steps that we talked about earlier. All right. Is it true that paying off a collection is it true that paying off a collection drops your score? It can. Yeah, it can. It can actually drop your score. But here's the thing. Like the previous question. If you just pay a collection, nothing really happens, right? 9 times out of 10, you pay that collection and that collection is still on your profile. All right. So there's really no benefit of paying the collection, right? It's going to say pay collection, and then you're still going to have to go and get that collection removed from your credit report. All right. From your credit report. So before you pay that collection, reach out. Ryan Wright on Facebook signed up with you guys on Friday. Let's go. Should I have the client portal login email by now? Yes, Ryan, you should check your spam because sometimes it goes there. And actually, Ryan, let me make a note of this. Once I get back, I'm going back to the office after this. So let me make a note of this. No. I got work to do, man. Yeah. Ryan, right. Okay, so I'll send you that link too, Ryan, if you don't see it in your spam. But check your spam and your junk, and you should be good to go. All right. Be back in 1 second.
Credit Services.
Big shout out to King Credit.
King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
Shout out to King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
This is not the moment.
King Credit Services.
Big shout out to King Credit.
King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
Shout out to King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
This is not the moment.
Here at King Credit Services, we believe in changing lives, just like the clients you've seen. With over 150 five-star reviews, we've helped countless people take control of their financial future. Our expert team works to remove inaccurate, outdated, and unverifiable items from your credit report, boosting your score the right way. You'll get a personalized strategy, real results, and a clear path to better credit. Don't let bad credit hold you back. Take the first step today. Schedule your free consultation now.
Someone put a student loan in your
Imagine
name?
a world where building your credit is simple and rewarding. Welcome to Kovo, your partner in financial success. At Kovo, we believe in making your dreams come true.
Okay, so Rennie,
from your first car to your first home and beyond. With no credit check and instant approval, you can start building credit immediately. Enjoy 0% APR and earn 1% on loans. Kovo ensures you get more out of every dollar. Achieve milestones like owning a home faster and smarter with Kovo by your side. Build credit and earn rewards for every step of your journey. Kovo for your card, for your house, for your future.
All right. We are back. Rashonda Wright. Okay. Rashonda Wright. Let me write that down again. Oh, yeah, I remember you signing up. Rashonda, you and your husband signed up, correct? Yeah. All right, yep. You guys got that, Rashonda, you guys got that $50 off the first month, right? For one of you. Let me know. If not, we'll fix it next month. All right, guys, let's go. We're flying through it. Man, time flies when you're having fun, man. Brandon, tell the producers, man, I need 3 hours. Tell them I need 3. I told you. Easily. All right, segment 2, credit reporting agency and collection violations. We kind of went over that a little bit, but now we're going to get a little technical for this segment. You know, for my people that are actually really trying to fix their credit and, you know, want the inside scoop nightmare. All right. Oh yeah, we are live on Instagram too. What's up, y'all? I'm live on my personal Instagram too. All right, let's go. I need to send my info to create mine. Okay. Yep. Go ahead and send that over. All right, let's go. Segment 2. And shout out to my people listening live too. All right, people driving, commuting, driving down driving up to NorCal, going on vacation, wherever you're at. Appreciate you guys for listening. If you like the show, make sure you go to Financial Freedom Hour on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, pretty much wherever podcasts are. All these recordings are made into podcasts, so you can always rewind them and run them back. All right, so let's go. What are the top 3 FCRA violations you can sue for? So FCRA means Fair Credit Reporting Act. Fair Credit Reporting Act. All right. So that means FCRA, these are the rules that the credit reporting agencies have to go off of. All right. So the number 1 violation that we use a lot, the most common one, is just failure to reinvestigate. All right, 15 U.S. Code 1681 A1A or A1, one of those. Yeah, 15 U.S. Code 1681 I or something like that. One of those, bro. Used to have them all memorized like the back of my head, but it's one of those. 15 U.S. Code 1681 IA or something like that. If a credit reporting agency doesn't properly investigate your dispute within 30 days. So remember earlier when I said you find an inaccuracy and you dispute, when they send those automated responses, this is why it's a violation. It's because they're not properly investigating this account. All right. So going to number 2, reporting inaccurate information, 15 U.S. Code 1681 EB. All right. I do know that one. When a credit bureau reports false, outdated, or unverifiable information. So as soon as you get your credit report, right, this is why we actually find inaccuracies. This is why we're not just going, hey, this account ain't mine, even though you had the Capital One account since you were 12, right? How is it not yours? You had it for 20 years, okay? It's not yours because you stopped paying on it? No, doesn't make sense, all right? So, yeah, 15 U.S. Code 1681 EB. When the credit reporting agency reports false, outdated, or unverifiable information without reasonable procedures. All right. The third one that we mainly use is failure to update after a dispute. All right. So that's 15 U.S. Code 1681 S-2B. All right. S-2B. That's right. Furnishers must correct or delete information after dispute. If they don't, it's a violation. All right. So those are the top 3 FCRA violations we use, right? Especially when we're when we're disputing directly with the credit reporting agencies. All right. Top 3 FDCPA violations. FDCPA means Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. All right. Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. The FDCPA, this is what the collection agencies have to go by. All right. FCRA, the credit reporting agencies, FDCPA. So it's in the name, right? Fair Debt Collection, right? Fair Debt Collection. And FCRA is Fair Credit Reporting Act. So credit reporting, right? Who reports your credit? The credit reporting agency. So FCRA, right? So takes a little bit to get, but after a while, it's pretty easy. So FDCPA, that's what the collection agencies have to go by. So the top three, contact after cease and desist. So pretty much when you say I refuse to pay and they keep contacting you, those are violations. Those are easy ones right there. And that one is 15 U.S. Code 1692 C. 15 U.S. Code 96. 15 U.S. Code 1692 C. Yeah. If a debt collector keeps contacting you after you told them to stop in writing, right? So letter, email, text, right? And when you send these refuse to pay or cease and desist, if you're sending them by email and text, screenshot it to have it for your records. Okay. 2, the second one, failure to validate debt, 15 U.S. Code 1692 GB. All right. If you request validation within 30 days and they continue to collect without providing proof, right? So if you send a validation and they don't respond, that's easy. That's an easy one, right? So a lot of these, to make sure that you're keeping track, a lot of these you have to, especially if you're fixing your credit yourself, go ahead and send these disputes. You want to send them certified, right? So they can't say, oh, I responded, right? If they responded 32 days late instead of under 30, then that's a violation, okay? The third one, reporting false credit info, all right? 15 U.S. Code 1692 EA, all right? This one is, we get a lot of ones with this one. Debt collectors cannot report false or outdated information to the credit reporting agencies. All right, so I know that was a lot. Again, we go over all this stuff in my school community, school with a K, school.com/King Credit. Come on in and learn some stuff. All right. What is a 502 letter and why is it important? So a 502 letter, aka those stall tactics that we talked about, right? When they say something like we received your dispute, but believe it came from a third party, right? Please confirm your identity, something like that. But you've already sent your ID, your proof of address, your social, like they already have your information. You know what I'm saying? So that's why these are stall tactics. Those are just automated responses. All right, Brendan, you got any questions from TikTok? Okay. Okay. So we'll do the late payment one first. So when it comes to late payments, you said you tried a goodwill adjustment. Here's the thing. When people do the goodwill adjustment, that's just, you're not disputing it. You're just saying, hey, Capital One, hey, I made a mistake. I was in a financial hardship. I've been with you guys 10 years, lost my job. I'm trying to get a house, trying to get a car. Can you guys work with me, please? Right? You're not saying that they're wrong. You're pretty much just trying to take accountability for your actions, right? So, but you can't just do that once, okay? I told you guys, my people on live know this. We disputed, this is for my personal account. So I called Chase 52 times to get one late payment off, all right? 52 times, okay? So if you're not calling at least 10 times, you're not serious about getting a late payment off. And it's the ROI on it is it's only upside because all you're doing, each call takes about 5 minutes, right? With 10 calls, that's an hour. Like, what are we talking about here? Take an hour to get a late payment removed, a late payment that just dropped your score 60, 70, 80, 90 points, okay? In an hour, you can get it removed. Like, you guys have to work harder if you're going that goodwill adjustment route. Then after you call, you can also send a goodwill letter into the company, and there's a lot of other stuff you can do for late payments too. So yeah. All right, and the next one, it was Serenity, correct? Serenity. Okay, so I've never heard of getting a student loan, identity theft student loan, honestly. So Serenity, if you're still watching on TikTok, please shoot me a DM here. Let me put the option up here on the screen for you. 1 second. Because I'm intrigued. It's some new stuff. It's rare that I see some new stuff. I've seen it. I think I've heard it before, but I've never seen it with my own eyes. And I think the only really way this could actually happen, because it has to go through a lot of different channels and portals for the student loan to actually get reported, right? Your name, address, your social, record, all kind of stuff, okay? So I'm guessing maybe this, I don't know. I need to see it. I'm actually really intrigued. But if it's identity theft, right? You go to ftc.gov, right? And then the top right, it's going to say, have you been a victim of identity theft? You just click it and go through the steps, okay? Especially if it's somebody you don't know, all right? And but Serenity, please shoot me a DM if you're still here. I want to check that report out. That's on the house too. All right, I'll check that out on the house. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he said how to fix his credit. I'll tell you, I get that question 10 times a day. All right. So always get your credit report. You have to see what's wrong. You have to see the root problem, what's going on with your credit, right? People ask this question, but are scared to get their credit report because they don't want to take accountability for what they've done over the last couple of years. All right. So just get that report and we can definitely help. But once you get that report, you're looking for names, right? Old addresses, names spelled wrong, inquiries not attached to open accounts. You can even highlight the collections, right? Highlight the name of the collection agency, highlight the account numbers. For closed accounts and charge-offs, well, for mainly charge-offs, if it's reporting a balance, that's an inaccuracy. If the dates don't look right, highlight that. If it's just a closed account, but it's not a charge-off, okay, and it has a late payment, that's eligible to get deleted too. So you're going to go on that account. We're looking for inaccuracies. Again, if you want to do this stuff, yourself, join the school community, school.com/KingCredit. All right, we got some more stuff in there too. The King Credit Bundle is our DIY pack where you can, attack all this stuff yourself too. But yeah, if you're trying to improve your credit, you got to fix your actual report. It's just not about the score. It'll improve it. But here's the thing: 7 years. It's been so long. Like the damage that account has already been doing is kind of, it's kind of up already. But yeah, your report's going to look a lot better with that collection gone. And here's the thing: you got to be careful. They might hit you with something like this, right when that collection's supposed to fall off. Right? They'll try to re-age it. Okay. Or they'll try to sell that debt to another debt collector and it pops back up on your credit report. Right? Happens all the time. We see it all day, every day. So if that does happen, if they try to re-age it, please reach out. Let us find a violation, sue on your behalf, and get you compensated and get that collection removed. All right, let's go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the main one. The second part you said, where you are standing currently, because there's no blatant answer for this, because if you're just getting started, you're 18, you're not getting an Amex Platinum, right? Like, so it depends. So if you're just getting started in the credit, you only need a couple open accounts, right? A couple installment accounts, get you a Kovo, get you a Credit Strong, get you a Kickoff, get you a extra card. I have all these in my link tree. You guys can check all those stuff out or on my page. Get you a secured card, maybe, if you can afford it, right? Getting these easy accounts just to build your profile up. All right. And then once you're a little bit established, and then you can go get you a little Discover It. Okay. I'm with Chase. Then give me a little Chase Freedom. Okay. Now let's get a little Sapphire, or, you know what I'm saying? You can, once you establish your credit profile, then you can build on top of it. People just want to skip. Okay. They want to go straight to a black card and they ain't got don't even got a job. All right. No credit score, nothing on your profile. We want to get a black card. Okay. So we have to build up that profile first. All right. Hope that answers your question. Time to sue. So I would need some more information, but depends on how you're disputing too. If you're just going on Credit Karma and saying just account ain't mine, that doesn't count as a dispute, right? So if you got your report, you found an inaccuracy on that charge off you disputed, and they're just sending stall tactics or verifying the account without telling you how they verified that account, then we got them. All right, we'll help you with this. Since you already disputed a lot and you have that information, we can kind of expedite the process, right? We won't have to dispute for you since you already did it. Okay, we can use all your information, package that up, and sue for you. We split that settlement 50-50. You get paid, and that collection gets removed. Woo! It's a win-win. That's what I like. If you already paid and the account is already closed, I'm guessing they're referring to the collection. So if you paid and the account is, yeah. So if it's a collection you paid and it's still in your report, we got to dispute it. We still got to get that off. Right. If it's a just a regular account with a creditor, right, and you paid, but there's a late payment on. So again, there's different levels to your closed accounts. Right, so there's a regular closed account, right? That just means you paid that account off, you paid that credit card off, and you didn't want it anymore. You just closed it. Boom. Your score drops a little bit, but it's not as bad as closing it with a late payment or it becoming a charge off. Okay, so if it's like a positive closed account, you don't have to touch that, right? But if it's a charge off, right, and you made a settlement, it just says settled or settled for less. We still have to get that off your credit report too. All right. Yeah, let me get one more. It's literally mind blowing how many times like we get people's reports and we do a little deep dive. I'm like, you got 15 accounts and you're paying these manually? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like, why would you want to create more more work for yourself? Doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make sense. But they said so they're paying on a medical collection. Was that it? So, okay. Since it's already in collections, we're kind of in a little predicament. So even if you're paying it, I would stop, honestly, and you can still hit them with a refuse to pay. There's probably a couple more steps that we would need to do, and I would like to check your credit report out and see if there's anything that you haven't seen or anything that we can catch. But yeah, you can pretty much stop paying, refuse to pay, because you can just say, hey, you didn't know that you could fight it, or if they didn't validate the debt, right? We can always backtrack a little bit. That's what I'm thinking we should do. Again, just hit the link in the bio, schedule a free call, or shoot me a DM wherever you're watching at, and we got you. But yeah, let's go back. Let's backtrack on that collection and see if we can find a violation, or just force them to validate it. If they can, it got to get removed, or if we say refuse to pay and stop talking to us and they keep calling you, all that stuff is fair game. Those are all violations, and we can go after them. Okay. Ooh, yeah, it does, man. So those secure cards, and good job on the secure card, man, because people they don't really see the value in secure cards. Secure cards are actually really valuable because they count as a revolving account, and you can keep adding money to it. And a lot of them upgrade to an unsecured card. But if you had a secure card for 3 years, you kind of answered your question, right? If you close it, those 3 years, you're not getting credit for anymore, right? So, but I get what you mean, though, because you don't want to just have a secure card forever, right? That doesn't upgrade. So that's why I tell people you have to be careful which secure card you get. You want to get one that's going to upgrade, right? You want to get one that's going to upgrade, or you get that secure card for a couple months, 3 to 6 months. You keep adding to it, right? Let's say you start with 200, okay? Then you add another 5, then another 3. Now we're at 1,000, right? We add another 500. So now after that 6 months, that secured card went from 200 to 1,500. All right. Then when we go get another credit card, right, we apply for something, a little Discover It or Capital One Quicksilver or something, it goes by comparable credit, right? So instead of the $200 limit of trying to apply for something, now we got a $1,500 limit. And then now Discover or Capital One or whoever it is, they see that, they're going to say, okay, we have to give them at least 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 or something like that, right? They go by comparable credit, right? So brings up another point. That's what happens when a lot of people, they have these low limit cards, right? And they're upset that they keep getting more low limit cards, right? So if you got a $300 card, you apply for nothing, you get a $500 one. You apply for another one, you get a $500 one. Apply for another, you get there's all the same level, right? So before you apply for another card, if you already have a couple credit cards, pay the balances down first. Ask for a credit limit increase, especially if you had that card for 3-4 months, right? Ask for a credit limit increase. So that goes from 500 to 1,000. Now, when you apply for a new card, you should get around 1,000 or 1,500. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep getting credit limit increases on those unsecured cards. All right, unsecured cards. And for secure cards, I know Capital One, they upgrade. Discover, they upgrade. So if you're going to get a secure card, go with Capital One or Discover, because I know they upgrade. All right. He said, how do I sign up? Yeah, wherever you're watching at, just DM me the word King. All right, DM me the word King, or you can just hit the link in my bio, right? Schedule a call that way. All right. And you guys, again, I'm live every day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. every weekday, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Pacific time, here on TikTok. And I go live once a day now on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, right? Stepping my game up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just trying to provide as much value as possible. And I do this because, I go live so much and give so much free info and free gems that are actually practical, because when I was fixing my credit, you had to pay to play, right? And I paid for a lot of suspect mentorships, okay, that weren't that weren't that much value, all right? So, yeah. All right, so that's why I like going live so much, giving actual information, because I know the economy out here, man, is wild, and people need actual valuable information. So tune in. If you want to see the free stuff, tune in live every day. We got the Facebook group for the lives, for the free stuff. But if you want, you want a little bit hands-on training, you want to come to my Zooms, my webinars, join the school community. The first 100 members is only $17 a month. After 100, it goes up. Okay. And yeah, we're there. We're there a lot. All right. We're in there a lot. Oh, TikTok just stopped. All right. Whatever. All right. So actually, let me go back to now I might have to, next week, we're going to have to go part 2 on this, because I got about 15 questions still. 15 questions. So yeah, definitely over it. Now I see what they're talking about. They're like, you always take too long on your questions and you skip us. Like, I'm sorry about that. But how much time we got? Okay, no 3. Okay, we'll do one more. All right, let's do a business one real quick. Let me see. Okay. What's the best way to build business credit with bad credit? So I get a little upset when people ask me this, honestly, because why you want to build your business credit with bad credit, honestly. But if your credit's bad and you got a business, you can go the net 30 route. That's really your only option right now. Quill, you can get nav.com, Fair Figure. These are net 30s that are going to report to your to your business credit reports, to your Paydex, to your Dun & Bradstreet, and just builds up those business credit scores. But honestly, okay, you're not getting Chase, Citibank, Bank of America. Lenders don't care about your Paydex score. All right, they care about your personal credit score, if your business is structured correctly, and if you have income. Okay, that's what they care about. So you're not going to get a business credit card just with a 10 net 30s. All right, you can get some equipment and do all that route, but you're not getting business credit cards with net 30s. All right. Should I get an LLC or an S corp? So those are two different things. If you already have an LLC, you can change the tax classification to an S corp, right? That's the pass through the taxes. You can actually start an actual S corp if you want to. It just depends on how much money you're making. But if you're not making at least $50K a year, it makes no sense to even form or change your LLC to a S corp with the tax classification. All right, you guys. Make sure you follow me on all platforms at King Credit Services. Make sure you subscribe to the Financial Freedom Hour podcast. All these lives, they get put on a podcast, so you guys can re-listen to all this stuff. All right, if you need help with credit budgeting funding, you know where to go, kingcreditservices.com, or shoot me a text at 844-689-0199. We're also looking for more sponsors. All right. You can reach me at contact@kingcreditservices.com. All right. I'm Louis Bland, the host of Financial Freedom Hour here at The Answer every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. And that's another show. That's a wrap. All right. See y'all next week. Peace. Woo! Yes, sir. That was a good show.